chung có mục đích là để chứng minh cái điều tôi cũng tâm đắc toán học không phải quay cùng lòng nó mà mở ra cái toán khoa học khác và xã hội. Một ý nghĩa nhỏ nhỏ thì đề tài bao gồm những gì khoa học thật liên quan đến toán học và hướng tới những người yêu thích toán học. Thì hôm nay nó là một cái ví dụ để tìm cho cái tư tưởng đó. Nên là mời anh Xuân Vũ, CEO của Wearables. He will speak about some very exciting problems. Machine learning for the Internet of Things, making smart things smart.
Chào quý khách, tôi nói tiếng Việt cũng không chuẩn lắm cho nên xin phép nói tận bằng tiếng Anh. Okay. So I'm going to speak in English, so I hope that's okay. I wanted to talk about something that we've been working on for some time now, something that is incredibly exciting, and that is making technology finally serve us rather than the other way around. And so let me introduce a little bit about myself and my company Misfit, some of the products we make, and then quickly jump into some of the problems that we're working on, just a selection of problems that we found that I think are interesting. And then I have a little treat at the end of this presentation. So Misfit is the name of my company. I'm a third-time entrepreneur. This is my, see some familiar faces in this audience here. So my first company was a natural language processing company, and I sold that. I went back to school, tried to finish, and I dropped out again, much to my parents' dismay, and started a second company in medical devices. And we made the world's first hardware medical device that works with the iPhone. Ran that business for about 10 years, and then about 3 years ago, I started Misfit with two friends. One who I went to school with, Sridhar, we're friends since the end of high school, and John, who really is a mentor to both Sridhar and I, and he's most known for being the former CEO of Pepsi and Apple. The rough timeline of our company is, we started a little more than 3 years ago, and we're funded as a business back then. The reason why the name of the business is called Misfit is because it was founded on October 5th, 2011, and if you remember your Apple trivia, that's the day that Steve Jobs died. And so we named the company almost not in honor of him, but in the honor of the spirit of creativity that he embodied. And it comes from the Apple video, "Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels," etc. And we released our first product about a year ago, and the company has just grown far beyond what we had expected. We're based in San Francisco, Vietnam, and China. So we have a large base of operation here in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City. About 80 people there, and we have a couple of people from the company here who will also be a part of this talk. We do a lot of the hardware design in San Francisco, which is where I spend a lot of my time, and currently we manufacture in Korea. And so the mission, what is it that we do? We invent and manufacture wearable and smart home products. Awesome. Thank you. Technology. So that's what we do. That's the background on the company. Now, what is it that we, in this space of wearable technology and smart home, after? And as I reflected on it, I really think what we're after is insight. That's what we're trying to gain about, so that we can do things. In Silicon Valley, a lot of the discussion is around whether you need more data or you need better algorithms. And a lot of the prevailing mood right now is that more data is better than better algorithms. And I would argue that, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but certainly having better data is, in fact, better than just having more data. And so the thesis that that we have operated under is the fact that sensors can provide an unprecedented amount of data and insights that basically we have not been able to gather ever. And it's mostly because of mobile internet, mostly because of the iPhone and Android phones and whatnot. And so that's reality now in 2015. The point though is that most of these sensors, most of these devices are pretty useless if they're not used. And so the movement in the last 5-10 years has been to make sensors, to make sensing ambient, to make technology be in the background of our lives. And so there's two ways to do it. One is to make sensing be in our environment. So in your chair, in your bed, in your house. The problem there is there's limited access. So, you have to have this technology everywhere you go. The other is to put it on your body, which people, using technologies such as wearable technology. And the problem there is that much of these products are not very wearable. They call it wearable. Yes, you can wear it, but the reality is that many people stop wearing these products even after just a few days or a few weeks. And so the question, and if we were to take another step back, as we look at the previous revolutions in computing, in the 80s we had the PC, in the 90s connected computing, the internet, the 2000s mobile and social computing, and the revolution of computing that we're in right now really is the so-called Internet of Things, or IoT, which is basically technology that's in your car, in your home, on your body. If it's on your body, it's called wearable. That's the wearable space. And so this is the space that Misfit is operating in. I'm going to skip this. One of the first problems to solve in the wearable space is making products, great wearable products. Making products that are worn all of the time by a lot of people for a long time. So that's kind of what a definition of a great wearable product is. And blue jeans, for example, would be one such example. Two of the challenges for making making products like this is around making an engaging user experience. Giving people a reason to wear these products, and the other is to make the wearing experience an enduring one, something that you would wear for a long time. And if we solve these problems in designing wearable products, I think we'll get better data. It'll be richer, larger data sets, more continuous, which is not what we have now. People stop wearing these products after a very short period of time. And so the question is, will wearables be the next big thing? Will it turn the curve of technology? This is just a depiction of the evolution of technology as we see it. Is this going to be true? And I don't know. I don't know if Google Glass is going to be the answer. And in fact, it probably isn't. I don't know if smartwatches are going to change our world. I don't think it will. Not yet. And why? Because it's hard to see here, but this is what wearable technology looks like right now. You have products that can go all over your body now. Also, lots of different apps, but they all look relatively. They look very technical, and it's not something that a lot of people that many people enjoy wearing. And so if we had to distill this problem, one way to think about it is, can we make products, whether they're wearable technology products, smartwatches, products in our home and whatnot, that will pass what we call at my company the turnaround test. These are products that if you forgot it at home, you would turn around for it. Okay? Right now, there's only a few things that you would turn around for, right? Your iPhone, your keys, and your wallet. There's not a whole lot else that is really that compelling, right? And so one hack, as we call it at Misfit, is to bypass this test altogether, to have products that you don't even have to turn around for. And so, and that's the Shine product. That's the product that I'm wearing right now, that I think some of my colleagues are wearing. I'll show you more pictures of that in just a bit. And I think as this technology, this wearable technology space evolves, one of the biggest things that we'll see evolve are use cases. Right now, we're very much in this 1.0 space, where it's about sensing, monitoring, it's about alerts and notification, GPS. So this is what we're familiar with right now in the wearable space. In fact, when I tell people that I'm working on wearable technology, they ask me, oh, what does your device sense? And so there's a presupposition that that wearable technology, that all wearable technology does is sense things. Well, I think that's not so interesting. That's interesting, but it's just a start. And I actually see in the next 3 to 5 years, one of the areas where, these are just some of the areas where we'll see use cases evolve, where we'll see wearable controls, devices that you wear that will control things. You will see a lot of the safety-related applications. They'll be huge. Identification and identity and payments is also going to be a big thing. So wearable products that will help identify who you are. Anyways, so these are just some of the things that I think we'll see in the coming years. In terms of making an enduring wearable experience, I think the greatest challenges in this space are around making products that are fashionable, things that people would actually just want to wear and feel comfortable wearing, and they don't feel like a geek wearing it. Also, products that are comfortable. So a lot of wearable technology, bulky, plastic, hard to wear, and you have to charge it all the time. So charging is like this big problem. Power being the third big problem in this space to solve. Just a quick note, there's a few ways to solve this. One is making batteries more dense. It's not going to happen. I don't expect that to happen anytime soon. It's not really improved much. Power management, using the power that the energy in the batteries that you have better. Having hardware and algorithms that are more efficient. That's what we do a lot of at Misfit, and I'll talk about that in just a bit. Generating energy, so harvesting energy. So that's something that we've explored a lot, just so that devices charge themselves. And finally, making the charging experience if you're going to charge fast. So that's wearables. Okay, so that's one area that we're in, one aspect of this Internet of Things space that we're in right now. The other part is another way to get around the turnaround test. Another way to hack it is to be everywhere, to have products in our homes, in our cars, technology with us that we might not necessarily wear, but is with us. And so this is the smart home space. And I'll just say a quick note about this, since we're just entering this space. We have all sorts of products that are available now. So these are real companies. August Lock, a very popular lock that is used to, that you can unlock through your phone or potentially a wearable device. Garage door openers that are controlled by your phone. We have internet-connected cameras now, smart plugs, robots that will do the vacuuming and cleaning of our house for us, smart TVs, as you know, air purifiers. Xiaomi, the big Chinese tech giant, just launched their smart air purifier. We have smart light bulbs, which I'll share with you in just a bit. We even have gardening systems that are phone connected now, that monitor how much water your plants have gotten. It's amazing what you can connect to things. You have, of course, the famous Nest Thermostat, which is the smart, the machine learning driven thermostat that learns your patterns and the temperature in your house and adjusts the temperature to be comfortable automatically. And of course, we have smart appliances as well. So this is the world of smart home products. So we've got wearables, products that are on our body. products, smart home products, products that are in our home. And we even have products that are in our cars. So we have devices that will wirelessly connect to your car. So very quickly, some of the things that we make at Misfit. The first product we made was called the Shine. It's an activity and sleep monitor. We focus on making things really elegant. So products that, finally I think women would actually start wearing. We actually made this necklace for it that was very popular. It's connected to an app that does, that reports this data for you and does some of the analysis. We built in some gaming mechanics into it, so you can compete with your friends. The Misfit Flash is the lower cost cousin of it that we released recently. It's half the price and basically does the exact same thing. The only difference is it's plastic. And so just a quick little video on, just to, on this. Oops. So this is just a little video of the product, in case you're not familiar.
We are not born great. We do not have greatness thrust upon us. Our greatness comes from our achievements. Our desires to make an imprint and leave a legacy. We accept the challenges that lead us away from a life of mediocrity because we do not play it safe. We do not settle for anything. We are always growing and always changing. We set forth to scale mountains, to dive to the darkest depths of the sea, to love, to dream. So we may dangerously expand our horizons, because we understand that the world will not continue turning unless we push. And so we challenge ourselves to become greater. Accept the challenge.
All right, so that was our first product. And so Hui's going to talk a little bit about, in just a second here, about some of the challenges around making that product. Some of the greatest challenges for us were around saying no to things, no to a screen, no to a button, no to charging. And so, and there are actually quite difficult problems that arise technically as a result of that, where we had to use machine learning to solve these problems. We also recently released a new product called the Swarovski Shine. This was done in conjunction with Swarovski, the jewelry maker. And this is actually the world's first energy harvesting wearable. So this is a device that actually uses solar power to power the device. The difficulty around this is the fact that solar cells are not very efficient when light does not hit it But with the crystal, it was designed so that it would basically redirect the light to be more direct. And as a result, we got higher efficiency, and basically we were barely able to make a product that could sustain itself without any charging, without any battery replacement. So this is really kind of a first, and we literally just released this last week, so that was very exciting. I'll skip the video because it's more, well, I'll show you a little bit. So this is just what the device looks like when you wear it. The device doubles as a watch as well. So we had this where we simulated transfer data through the screen. So the device is designed so you can wear it in other places. So one of the problems that came up was doing position detection because, oops, all right, well, anyways, you get the idea. This is the other product. So now, just talking more about the home product. So our first product there is called the Bed. So this is a sensor that we put on our, that you just put on your bed, and it measures all sorts of things. Your breathing, your heart rate, without having to wear anything. So it uses a technique called ballistocardiography. So basically vibrational analysis and signal processing in order to determine this information. And the best thing is that people love about it is you don't have to wear anything, and it does all this for you, and it's incredibly accurate because it's focused on sleep. And finally, the product, another product that we released last week is the Misfit Bolt. It's basically a smart light bulb, and the way it works is it's connected through your phone, and you can adjust the colors and whatnot. I'll show you a quick last video I want to show you. So it's controlled via this scenes interface. So this is the forest view. This is the sunrise. I don't know what that says. Rainbow view. And so this is basically a reimagining of a light bulb. So those are the products that we've made. All of these products seem very simple. They seem very basic. You know, you're just making a light bulb, activity trackers. These seem quite basic, but hidden underneath the simplicity of these products and products like this, and we're not the only ones doing this, are some pretty sophisticated technical work that we've had to do. And I'm very proud to say that almost all of this work is actually done in Vietnam. You know, a lot of the algorithm development, and that's done by Hui's team in Richmond City. And so what we did was we selected, so there's a lot of problems that we had to tackle to make these products. But I thought we would just focus on a few different ones that we thought were interesting. First is activity tracking with wearables. So basically, what are some of the issues that we had to deal with in doing activity quantification? And so basically, the problems we tackled were around quantification, trying to determine how much you moved, and also qualification, classification, which is figuring out what kind of video it was. Biometrics with video, this is another very exciting frontier. So we're actually actively building a machine vision team in Ho Chi Minh City right now. That's why we're excited to be here at the Institute in Hanoi, because I think we're going to try to do something together here. But I actually think video is one of the most interesting frontiers in sensing out there. It has a lot of very rich information that can, and we can actually do quite a bit with it. You know, our team has actually been able to not only be able to do heart rate monitoring by where you put your finger on the camera. It's actually pretty easy, but we can actually do heart rate by using the front-facing camera by just pointing it at a person's face. So if you're just looking at the app, we can actually tell you your heart rate within just a few seconds. It's pretty amazing. I didn't, you know, a lot of us didn't even think it was possible until the team did it. So that was really neat. And so we wanted to talk a little bit about that problem, and also insights from user data. You know, one of the things that is very exciting about this era of the smart home and wearables is the enormous amount of user data that we can generate from this. Passive data, data that is offline. So basically, data that you would just not normally have, because right now, most of the data that we have on users is clicks. What do people click on? And what websites do people go to? But that is, you know, that's just a small, hopefully that's just a small fraction of your life. And so maybe we could, you want to take us through some of the things that your team's done?
Thank you, Sunny. Chào tất cả mọi người, thầy cô và các bạn khán giả. Tôi là Huy, đang phụ trách nhóm làm nghiên cứu và cũng là nhóm phần mềm ở trong khu vực minh của Misfit. Thì trong vòng khoảng 15 phút tới tôi sẽ đi qua 3 cái bài toán, có thể nói chính xác hơn là 3 cái lĩnh vực nghiên cứu lớn nhất mà Misfit đã theo đuổi từ lúc bắt đầu cho đến nay. Và đối với bài toán tôi sẽ nói xem cái khó khăn của nó là gì, cái chúng ta muốn tìm kiếm là gì, và cuối cùng là những kết quả mà hiện nay Misfit đã đạt được. Rất muốn qua cái này để chia sẻ với các bạn hiểu được một chuyện là thực ra lĩnh vực nghiên cứu nào nó cũng có thể rất gần với cả những cái chúng ta làm, miễn là chúng ta nắm cách để kết nối nó. Lĩnh vực thứ nhất ở đây chúng ta nói đến là lĩnh vực về theo dõi hành vi hoạt động của con người dựa trên những thiết bị đeo trên người. Thì chúng ta muốn là gì? Chúng ta quan tâm đến cái hoạt động của người dùng. Đầu tiên chúng ta muốn biết xem là người ta hoạt động bao nhiêu và cái cường độ như thế nào. Và sau đó chúng ta sẽ cố gắng thử xem cái chất lượng hoạt động như thế nào. Lấy ví dụ, chẳng hạn bạn đeo một thiết bị trên người và bạn bắt đầu bơi, thì điều đầu tiên chúng ta được là thiết bị đấy có thể biết được là bạn đã bắt đầu bơi, và nếu nó cố gắng hơn một chút nó có thể biết được là bạn đang bơi với tốc độ như thế nào, và nếu nó giỏi hơn nữa nó sẽ bắt đầu trả lời đánh giá được xem là bạn bơi có tốt hay không, có hiệu quả hay không. Và khi chúng ta đi đến thêm một cái không gian khác thì chúng ta thử so sánh giữa những người khác nhau xem sự khác biệt của họ trong cùng một hoạt động là gì. Và cuối cùng ở một không gian khác thì chúng ta lại quan tâm đến xem đối với chính chúng ta thì cái hoạt động chúng ta thay đổi như thế nào có mỗi ngày. Khó khăn ở khi mà nghiên cứu về cái này, trước hết nó nằm ở việc là cái dữ liệu của chúng ta khi mà một thiết bị đeo trên người thì dữ liệu của nó rất không sạch. Chúng ta có rất là nhiều nhiễu tham gia vào. Lấy ví dụ, chẳng hạn bạn ngồi trên xe ô tô thôi thì bạn không di chuyển gì cả, thì cái xe nó rung nó cũng đưa được rất là nhiều nhiễu vào trong thiết bị. Khó khăn thứ hai là với một cái thiết bị đeo trên người thì chuyện xảy ra nếu như mà chúng ta biết rằng là chúng ta chỉ lấy được tín hiệu đến những cái bộ phận trên người của chúng ta nó di chuyển, và nó giống như chẳng hạn bạn đeo một thiết bị từ tay trái và bạn chơi thể thao tay phải, thì câu chuyện làm thế nào để chúng ta vẫn có thể biết được là bạn đang chơi cái gì. Cái khó khăn thứ ba ở đây chúng ta gặp phải là cái hệ tọa độ của thông tin nó liên tục thay đổi. Cái này nếu nó dễ hiểu nhất thì nó rất đơn giản là khi mà chúng ta quan tâm đến cái hướng, chúng ta muốn biết cái hướng của hoạt động